Hey, folks, welcome to Affiliate Nerd Out. I'm your host and nerderator, Dustin House, spreading that good word about affiliate marketing. You're going to find me every Thursday at noon here on LinkedIn Live. This is a pre recorded event. That's how I'm doing things these days. But my guest today is Ishtvan, or as I like to call him, that affiliate guy. Welcome to the Nerdatorium, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, man. It's been a long time coming, but
Always great to have another nerd in here. And what I love about you is you and I, what have we met? Once, maybe twice, like at events or something. And you're one of those characters that I can run into, and we've been friends forever. And we just have a conversation for 10 minutes and we joke around and laugh. And you got one of the best hairs in the industry. So we
nah,
bond on that. It's always good to hang out with you. I'm so glad to have you today.
thanks, man. Likewise, I guess I don't have anything to add to that, so that was good. Nicely summarized, man.
Oh, thank you, thank
Thanks.
you. All right. If you'd like to be in Itchvan's seat here, go to dustinhouse.com/nerd and drop a form fill on what you want to nerd out about and come be my guest. Without further ado here, Ishvan, or Ish, she like to be called. Who are you?
Nice. That's a good question. Okay, so I'll just try and be brief about this one. Yes, I like to be called Ish. Most people just prefer the shortened version because my name is a bit weird, so it's hard to pronounce sometimes. Who am I? So that affiliate guy on LinkedIn. I think a lot of people know me like that. I might be savage sometimes on LinkedIn, a little bit outspoken,
Yes.
hard on some things. That's definitely true. But as you mentioned, in real life, I'm actually quite a fun guy and pretty good vibes, right? Yeah, that's Ishtvan as a person, outspoken but fair and just, looking out for. That's it,
Can't,
man. Trying to look
can't call yourself fair and just. Somebody else
funny,
has to tell you.
fair enough. But I always try to look out so that everybody wins. I guess that's one of my mottos. Yeah, so that's Ishtvan in a
Oh
nutshell.
man, I love your posts. I love your angles. I love your opinions on things and your boldness. I think that there's just not enough in this. I always like to say professionalism is overrated, and I like people, and I'm drawn to people that have opinions and are not afraid to tell them. And that's why I'm having you on today. I'm excited to dig in and nerd out with you. But so tell us about that affiliate guy. Absolutely love that branding, by the way. And you turned it into an agency after you started ramping up. Like, you call it tag. Tell us about what you do over there and who you serve.
Again, so I think it's self-explanatory. So I guess we are an agency like every other agency in the sense that we serve clients. So we try to get on board brand side. So we act as consultants basically for the brand and manage it from their side. So that's also where the expertise lies. So yes, I started off as that affiliate guy after working on agency side, funny enough. So all my career, actually, so my career started off from agency, ended on agency, and now I'm continuing my own agency.
Mhm.
And TAG is an acronym for that affiliate guy. So that's why it's TAG. I understood that there's another party called TAG, but we are TAG marketing. So I guess that's a little bit
Yeah.
differentiation, but tag agency, yes. And we basically help mainly e-com brands. So I'm not going to lie. I'll be honest on this one. I like e-com because there's a lot of opportunities to optimize. You can play around with a bunch of affiliate types. They're very suitable for e-commerce brands. And there's also a lot of optimizations that you can do. So you can really play around with a lot of things within the e-commerce space. So that's the reason also why I stuck to e-commerce. I know things about B2B, but we're not going to talk about that today. So we're going to focus more on the e-com side of things. And that's basically who we serve. I think you could say mostly six, seven, mostly seven, eight-figure brands. So that's where we're at right now, because there we can also make great impact. So generally they're not starting off, although we can do that too. But if you're a little bit bigger already, we can really make an impact a lot faster. So it takes less time to actually grow things. That's tag in a nutshell. Oh, sorry, forgot to say small team still. So you could call us boutique. I don't
Alright.
really like that word. I don't like that word. But yeah, so it's three other guys, almost four next to myself, and I'm the leader. So I'm doing the difficult things, strategy, I guess, new business. Yeah. So new business processes, forecasting, stuff like that, technical implementations. Again, like today I posted about product lead management. So that's one
Mhm.
of the things that I do as well. I'll have to teach my team those things, but the guys are not there yet. So I'll
Yeah.
get them there soon enough.
A couple of things I wanna tap in on there right there. Like, you said boutique, and in my mind, boutique just means Like, you're niche down, you're very
Yeah.
concentrated on what you're doing. Your e-com, like, that is a boutique in my mind. Doesn't matter how big you are necessarily, you just service your clients in the right kind of manner. That's what I get the vibe from boutique. So I don't see that as like a negative thing, even if you are small. But the other
Fair
thing
enough.
and the other thing is oh, shoot, I forgot what the other thing was. What's the last thing you mentioned there? Like
Pitching things or
oh, this job being hard, you're doing the difficult things. I
right.
argue completely. Once you get enough experience in this industry, I think the hardest part is going out there and doing the grunt work, right? Like,
Yeah.
I find the strategy part is so much fun and easy. If I can pass that on to somebody else and you've got to that level, which is great for you.
Thank you. So actually, okay, I agree on that one too. One of the funny things is so recently, so there's a couple of clients where obviously I still also do the grunt work too.
Yeah.
So just sorry. So actually, this is a really good point you're touching on. One of the things I always keep saying is if you get away from the operations, so doing all the grunt work and doing all the dirty work, right? So all the basic stuff, you're going to lose touch with reality as an agency owner. So what I do is I also still freelance where I actually have the responsibilities of doing everything.
Yeah.
So that's just me doing. And then we also have agency stuff where I'm more the overseer of things. So I combine those two aspects. That's also a reason why I'm able to post about so many different topics on it, is because I'm actually still doing them day to day as well. And yes, the management side of things. So I guess the strategy and all that stuff. Yeah, it is fun, but I don't want to let go of the operations if I'm going to be
And you
honest.
never should. I if you are not cutting your teeth on the strategies and the technology you should be using as an affiliate manager, you shouldn't be qualified to be talking about it, and love that about you. I follow the same suit. I'm out there beating the streets myself and pulling in affiliates for the programs I'm recruiting for. Love that concept. And we're digging in a little bit more on affiliate managers soon, but our first topic of the day here is network settings for success. And you're in that e-com space and you're also in the international space. And I feel like there's a lot of agencies that are in the US and a lot of agencies that are in the UK and Europe, but you're doing both sides of the equation. And I want to talk about some of those network settings that you're setting up with your programs to be global.
Oh, okay. Oops. Okay, okay, I understood. Okay, so the question initially when you just said it, I thought it was slightly different. Let me see how I can answer this correctly. Basically, there's a couple of settings, regardless of which market you're in, you need to have in your program depending on the needs of the brand. I guess one of the main or the easiest examples I can name is, for example, voucher tracking, right? So if you want to measure coupons, or you're using coupons, you need to have voucher tracking capabilities in the network. So there are still some networks that don't have that function, which is, yeah, it's awkward to me. So we do work with one network that doesn't have that. And we literally can't properly track the coupons for one of the programs in that
Yep.
specific market with that specific network. The big boys, though, so obviously, without going through all the list, the whole list of the big ones, they mostly do have that. So that's just one of those functions. Then I guess before I continue, real quick, it doesn't really matter where you launch the program. I think the basics should always be the same across every single program because it's just like a baseline of creating an affiliate program. Doesn't matter if you're in the UK, US, France, Germany, Italy, I don't know, Bulgaria. It really doesn't matter, to be honest. It should always be the same. There's no real way of saying how to set up your program to be global. I guess, other than, for example, saying, let's just load up the .com website and then have within one campaign, you have different, let's say, sub campaigns, or you can create different deep link URLs to different markets and countries. That would be like I'll launch a global campaign and then you can still choose which country you select if you want
Mhm.
to send it to a specific one. And then in other cases, you do have, let's say, so we like another example we have is we have 6 different campaigns, so separate campaigns. So somebody from, let's say, if they have a French account, they can't go to the UK and grab like the UK tracking link. So they need to have a UK tracking link
Mm,
from
mhm.
that network, right? So it just depends on which network you select. It really differs. So not everybody has that same option.
Okay.
So yeah,
I
we also have, sorry,
yeah,
yeah, we also have options where we mix the things. But basically, sorry, just to quickly then, other settings is, for example, dynamic commissioning, right? So you need to be able
okay.
to, if you really want to go next level, you should have dynamic commissioning. So based on the margins that you set up of your program, you should decide which commissions you allocate to which products, and then whoever buys, you allocate those things based automatically. So you shouldn't have, let's say, a flat commission on anybody. It's just things like that, basically. So those are two things that I could say right now. If you want, I can name a few more, but go
No,
for it. You wanted to say something, dude?
we'll get into more of it, absolutely, and anything that has a flat fee that you can't change is not a network for me. Like, I need that flexibility with all the partners. If you're working with coupon sites, they should be making much less than the content sites that you're working with, and love vanity code tracking. Go ahead.
Man, I just want to touch on because you literally triggered me. So another important thing is what I recently, so I guess in the last couple of months, noticed is you need to have flexibility in payouts as well. That's like huge. So if you want to go
Mm,
international and you want to scale, not every affiliate is going to be okay with your CPS, or not every affiliate is going to be okay with your CPA only. So you need to be able to make constructions of, I'll pay this guy CPS, I pay them CPA, I pay this guy CPC. You need to have that flexibility. So there are networks that are really good at this, and then there's a bunch of other ones, also big ones, by the way, without calling any names out right now. But they don't have that flexibility unless you pay a
right.
lot more for their service. So then,
Yeah.
yeah, why would I choose that network if I can choose another network that has those options? We can still get everybody on board, the affiliates. Everybody has an account everywhere anyway. So almost of
So
the time.
true. So true. And I hate suggesting doing multiple networks, but sometimes that's the solution, right? If maybe you work with all coupon sites over here on a rev share, and then you work with all content sites on a CPA over here, and you just accept that you're going to have some overlap. You might dedupe if you do two programs. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just accept that the double commissions for one sale if it so happens. But a lot of great points there, and yes, that flexibility is also the flexibility of locking periods is like that next level too, because the guys I work with that are buying native ads, they want to be paid a lot quicker, and I can trust them if I have an
Exactly.
old relationship with them. I want that locking period to be 10 days rather than 30 days for the regular sales. That flexibility is also super important. And man, you're opening up a lot of things. One thing I really need with affiliate networks that I work with is two-tier commissions. I like having an ability to recruit affiliates into a program and be able to be paid in perpetuity with those. I like giving the option to the affiliates I'm working with to invite other affiliates, and I think it is a big motivator in there, at least with the programs that I'm working with. So I love that, and not all networks have that capability, and that can be frustrating. Everybody's got their favorites, right?
Fair enough. Okay, that's a good point, man. I didn't really think about that one, to be honest, man. I'm not gonna lie. So letting your affiliates, if they refer another affiliate into the program, yeah, that's I don't really do that much, to be honest. So we no
Okay.
funny.
As an agency, that might be a good workaround if you're working on a commission basis with your clientele. Like, I wanna be on a performance basis based on my merit, and a two-tier situation is a really good way, especially if I'm consulting for somebody and I wanna charge them less and base my performance on how much money I'm making. I just love the two-tier system altogether.
W- Wait, hold up. So wait, maybe I'm misunderstanding the two-tier thing then, actually, because this performance thing we also have. So
Mhm.
the better we do, obviously we take a small cut
Yeah,
based on different kinds of agreements. But I understood it differently is that you have affiliates getting a different kind of commission or an extra commission, the affiliates themselves. So we're talking about affiliates or we're talking about people like us?
absolutely. You can talk about the affiliates or like us. It's just on how you set up. If it's in your contract to earn that much, that's great, but there's an alternative if two-tier
Interesting.
system. 'Cause
Interesting, man. No, no, no. So basically, so the way we do it, the way I look at it is we build programs. So for example, contracts, when we sign with a network, it belongs to the brand. So we don't want that contract. We don't want to be in between because one day when we step out, they're the owners of the program. So that kind
right.
of, I don't hold anybody hostage either. So I don't really feel like if I bring them in, I want an extra commission. No,
Mm.
it's just part of my job. We bring them in anyway, but we do take a cut of all the revenue that they make. So that's something else, right?
A hostage is a little aggressive,
Yeah.
buddy. This is my business model. Let's tone it
No, 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 I
down.
didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. I just no, I don't mean it like that. I just meant like when you leave, then you could potentially take somebody with you and stuff. So then you destroy their program as well.
Yeah.
That's just something that we never really thought about that way. It's just part of the job anyway. And then we earn
Sure.
on what they earn too. So I guess we have a little bit of a different model. So whatever works for everyone.
Absolutely. It's how you wanna work with companies. Moving into what do you think some of those e-com essentials are when you are creating a new affiliate program with an e-com? store. You tapped into, hey, I like the locking period and the flexibility. Anything else that you find essential when setting up an affiliate program?
Cool. Okay, so I have to think about this. But so one of the things that actually surprisingly, still a lot of networks don't have the capability to upload video, which is
Video.
weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, so which is weird to me. So they're mostly like banners, right? The
Yeah.
standard things that we've been doing for 30 years already. And then basically product feeds. So that's, and by the way, product feeds is not possible also everywhere, like restrictions in some. Others have really good like default standards that you need to have at least those fields in your product feed. So you guarantee some minimum quality for the affiliate. So it really, again, depends on the networks and stuff, but things like video, it's just not possible limiting. So again, I have to emphasize the limiting payout capabilities. You can't be flexible in your commissions. That's just crazy to me. So I think every network should have that. Some of them don't have, some of the big ones. I think those are the most important things actually. And then also deduplication as well. So for some reason, some networks don't have automatic deduplication and others do, which is also somehow, I guess it's not part of their instruction manuals when you do tracking setups,
Mm.
which is to me that, okay, I'm not going to get into that right now, but I don't think that's really fair.
Yeah.
So you should have that. So we all know what deduplication means. We all know it's actually what you just literally said. You might be okay with paying 2 times commission or 3 times commission, depending on how many networks you have for the exact same order number, right? Order ID, transaction ID, whatever you want to call it. But that shouldn't be happening. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
so those are the main essentials. I think the main essentials. And then as a brand, an essential that you need to have to set things up correctly in your account is have a solid merchant profile. So
Hmm.
I got this feedback a lot from like top publishers as well. They said, dude, your program descriptions are clear. I don't have to ask any questions. I'm not confused about anything.
Yeah.
We know exactly. It's because when I look at some really big brands and their this program descriptions, affiliates just go wild, man. They because you don't mention it there anyways. Why should I like do things just because it seems right? You're allowing it, so basically I'm gonna do it. And then people are stressing out, oh, we have fraud, we have this, we have that. But yeah, it's because you didn't really set it up correctly in your program settings. So that's like super basic stuff. But you'd be surprised, man, with the audits, how
So,
many times the program settings. So basically the merchant profiles need to be updated because it's like a mess. It's too
yeah.
basic. Also, by the way, another one has to do with network. So I guess with a merchant profile as well, but it's more part of the program settings. So it's like slightly different, but it's in the same kind of section. Is, for example, I know a lot of brands. So again, I think it was like 4 or 5 brands or something in the last 6, 7 months that literally had social media turned off as a group of affiliates. They don't allow social media affiliates. And I'm thinking, well, why? That doesn't make absolutely any sense. So social media for some brands is like, it's like super hot and you only have one ad account in your business manager as a brand. You're not reaching, like you're reaching a specific group with a specific budget that you have. So you're fixed, you're limited. So you're not going to be reaching more people with your
Yeah.
budget that you have. So why wouldn't you use social media affiliates that can actually do a great job? On top of that, those affiliates, they know exactly what works, type of creatives, creating funnels, stuff like that. So native guys, social media, display advertising, stuff like that. Man, I'm so big on those guys as well now.
Right.
It's crazy because they're super scalable, but then brands just say, no, we don't do because we have in-house display, because we have in-house social media, but you don't reach everybody with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50K of budget. There's a lot more people to go around. So let affiliates do some more of the lifting, man. Let them help you out. Let them obviously then earn money on it too. But
Sure.
yeah, you're gonna make even more money. So those are
Yeah.
just a couple of things. Like I've seen that too much, man.
That's a wild misconception about like pulling social affiliates out of the program because you don't find value in it. That's just an education portion of makes our job harder, but I need to make some content on that. It doesn't make sense where that thought process comes in my mind at
And
least. It makes sense to some people. One
dude,
big
don't sorry, don't say things like, oh, I need to make content because I should also write something down. And I'm getting yes too.
Yeah. Well, we'll collaborate on it, me and you. One big thing you mentioned there is data feeds and the uprising of this is making a comeback. And it's not just for content shopping platforms anymore to pull in all the products. I think it's more these days for the content affiliates to make it easier on them. Tools like affiliate.com and Gizmo are super cool technologies that affiliates are using to make content and having a data feed that pulls in the calls to action for these, super important to the affiliates these days. So I also feel like product feeds are a real essential portion of that.
So yeah, I guess the only thing I could add to that right now is, man, it's so versatile the way you can use it. It's funny you say content. So basically, for example, in the EU, funny enough, a lot of people don't even realize that you can use content affiliate to use product feed. They all always think, oh, comparison websites or let's
Sure.
say Google Shopping. So that's like the only thing that they would think of most of the time. But you can, man, I know affiliates, content guys, they literally pull special deals. So if you have a label in your product feed, for let's say, I don't know, Halloween or something, they will pull those special deals with the best prices and pop those on their website. Exactly what you said, man, on specific content things happens way too little, to be honest. So optimizing it doesn't just impact one or two groups of people. It actually impacts almost everybody, especially those content guys that can be using it. By the way, what about YouTube
Yeah.
affiliates that can also upload that into their shopping overviews of the products, right? It goes pretty wild, man. It's pretty
Yeah.
deep.
It's
So, but
in the description now. You can put it in the description, and that call to action is so much hotter for YouTubers right now. So, long story short, like, I don't work with networks that don't have the capability of a product feed because I do find it super necessary and in common. Speaking of networks that do that, let's talk about Inflection, my sponsor of the day. This is the only platform with personalized funnels to scale partnerships marketing for brands, agencies, influencers, and affiliates, catering to the health and wellness space. This tracking solution is helping build landing pages for partners in a matter of minutes instead of weeks. I personally am recruiting partners for the brands that we work with. So you get to work with me if you're working with Inflection. So if you have a brand or an agency, come check this out. Come check out a demo. And if you're an affiliate, come talk to me about joining programs on our platform. Go to dustinhouse.com/inflection, or you can really top tap this QR code over here and find out more on our scale formula over there. And getting back into the topic, the next topic I want to talk about, we only have a few minutes left, but skills of an affiliate manager. Um, you and I cut our teeth as affiliate managers and then eventually evolved into what we're doing today in like the agency capacity. What do you, in your opinion, what are must have skills that affiliate managers must have?
okay, so I'll really try to be quick on this one because this is a really big question, man. Basically, the reason why I do what I do still, for example, product feed management, tracking implementations, creative briefings, even sometimes optimizations of creatives, and then I send it over to get approvals and stuff like that, or they make some little fine tweaks because I have more assets and stuff. But basically, all those things came from my annoyance during my career at agency side, where you had big teams of people doing exactly those kind of things. And then you, as a specialist, would be like, hey, we need to fix this. And then it would get sent over to the data team. We need to fix this. It gets sent over to the creative team. But then I hated waiting. So I was like, yeah, but the affiliates need it now. For example, let's get back to the product feed topic. Imagine product feed breaks or some data is missing, or basically we need to fix the product feed. Why would I send it over to a product feed manager who can only make free time, let's say 4 or 5 days from now, when I can fix it right now myself? Just going in there 1 hour, maybe 2 hours, depending on the severity of the issue. That's the reason why I, in any case, decided, you know what, I'm going to learn all this stuff myself so that I can actually do it without relying on other people. And I think every single affiliate manager, especially on brand side, because as on brand side, you need to, I- how should I say this correctly? Affiliates, you need affiliates also, but they also need you. But you actually need them more because without them, you won't be making the revenue that you are making right now. So help them do things quicker, make it easier for them to actually get stuff done. So if you really want to excel, teach yourself those kind of skills. One of the other thing that I also really love doing is when you see market trends or when you see, let's say, okay, let's skip market trends for now. Let's just keep it in house. So imagine you talk as an affiliate specialist to your search specialist inside in house or to your social media specialist, and you get insights into what audiences work, what kind of visuals work for them. You go talk to your affiliates and you tell them, hey guys, I have these insights. We see really high CTRs and conversion rates on these kind of visuals for this kind of audience. And then they're like, but yeah, actually, we haven't tested that. Let's give it a try. That's the kind of information you also need to be aware of. That's why you should communicate with your internal specialists as well to understand how search actually works. So intent marketing, right? Then like social media, so more interest-based marketing. You need to understand those different levels so that you can actually help your affiliates too and negotiate with them if they need something. If you
Mm.
can actually say, hey, okay, but yes, cool, we need this. Ah, no, sorry, dude, we tried this before, doesn't work. It's not going to fly for the company because I know that they're not focused on that. It just improves the level of communication you can have with your affiliates on a much broader level. And then, yeah, obviously the tracking stuff. Imagine tracking falls out instead of sending it again to the data team, waiting a couple of days until they have some free time to take care of it. You can do it yourself. So just jump into GTM, jump into any other platform, Shopify, I don't know, and fix it yourself. So I can only emphasize, guys, please, and girls, try and learn that stuff. It will really make you much, much better.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a learning progression, right? Like, first off, as an agency owner, you have to train everybody in the ways that are working right now. And so, really good documentation on taking a young affiliate manager or marketing specialist and turning them into an affiliate manager is an art. And that's what I've done for years with my course on performance marketing manager. And it is something that you're not gonna have all those skills, but you're gonna have to develop them throughout time, and that can only happen with experience and the right training, I see. One big part of what you're talking about, I'm not exactly sure why this is a thing, but in my experience, females are so much better at affiliate management than males are. There is just a finite amount of guys in this industry that are good at their job. I don't even think I'm very good as an affiliate manager. I know I'm really good at certain aspects of affiliate management, but I have seen the best affiliate managers in the world be females. And are you seeing that same trend? Like at this point, like I if I were to hire another affiliate manager, it's going to be a female, like 100%.
Full, how am I going to answer this correctly? I guess the general answer would be depends on which market and niche you're in, because I think that's also very heavy, like the niche, especially the niche of the vertical. Sorry, the best wording in this is vertical. So which vertical you in? But I think I would almost tend to agree with you, and I think it's because of the likability factor, man.
Ah,
To be honest,
okay.
so they get better connection quicker. So guys, I don't know what it is. I know a lot of guys, by the way, that are like really good, but they're mostly so a lot of some of these guys are like good at a couple of things, like really good, and they don't know anything about the other stuff. But then, funny, I don't know. I don't know actually. I don't know. I don't know how to say this. It's mixed, I would say, to be honest, so far.
Yeah,
But I think the factor helps the ladies for sure over the guys.
I agree, and I've even gone as far as, like, hiring virtual assistants to go and do the outreach, um, for me on behalf of me and bring in the deals that are getting the responses, and their response rates are always gonna be better. It's just nature of the beast of what it is. Now, some of those skills are what really make them the all-stars, though, and I've broken it down into a new blog post of the types of affiliate managers, and I've got 8 different types, including relationship architects, guys like me and you who are just good at talking to people and, getting that likability factor you talked about. There's organizational, there's knowledge fountains, there's problem solvers, there's data heads, there's strategists and like really good partner supporters. Everybody has like their different skill set, but I think you really need like 4 of these skills to be a very adequate affiliate manager, right?
Or all of them.
All of them is nice, but like and those are rare breeds of have all of those skill sets, and it's
True.
hard to find that, and I'm not a data guy. Like, analytics and me are not great, but I have really good skills in recruitment and relationship building, but I need somebody to complement those skills. I need a data head
Exactly.
on my team. So if you hire a relationship guru, make sure you hire a data head to fill those gaps of that person to make a one really good affiliate manager.
100% agree with you. We don't always have to be the best at everything. So there's other people that will be better at something than you anyway. So yeah, get those on the
Yeah.
team.
And for all those affiliate managers out there that seem like it feels like you're missing something, like you're not as good in one skill set. That's okay. You must find somebody to complement your skill set if you want a successful like the most successful program I've ever run is WP Engine, right? And I'm the relationship guy, I'm the outreach guy, and my buddy Oshwin is the data head. And he's the guy talking to executives and explaining what our work is and why we're doing so well, and you absolutely need that if you're going to be super effective. Great topic, man. And as we're winding down, it is time for you to explain your posts. So I'm going to put something in from your background, and you're gonna have to explain this. So I
Ooh,
saw
which
this
one is
award winning does not equal quality. We need merit-based award shows. Brand requests an audit on an affiliate program run by an award-winning agency, and the brand receiving that audit gets Michael Jordan crying. So explain yourself. Why are you posting this?
two things? I guess the first one is I've done quite a few audits this year that were led by, so sorry, the managers of the program were award-winning agencies. And when I saw the quality of the work, I almost cried like my God right there. So I couldn't believe it myself. And I thought, no way. How did you ever actually win an award with this kind of quality in 2024, to be honest? So I compare my quality of the programs versus what I saw. So I think that was one of the biggest frustrations is just that, yeah, I couldn't believe it. And then I think the first point was merit based. So the merit based thing is not all the companies that do exceptional work have the funds to pay for events and to pay for entries. They can't pay 400 or 500 pounds just to have an entry and then potentially lose out. So it's not going to work. So yeah, obviously the companies with more budgets that can just blow it out are going to be doing the entries, and the ones that are actually doing much better work sometimes never get the spotlight. So I think that was the cultivation of those things right there in the
I
post.
hear you. That's why you wanna work with boutique agencies, in my opinion, like, the ones that
Now,
give you the most love and the most bang for your buck.
big real quick. So one of the funny things is, so I'm very savage on coupon sites as well, and like sub networks and stuff. Coupon sites, we have one program where we actually have three coupon sites left. We are handling it like with like high levels of scrutiny. Program terms have been updated like hardcore. People know they still want to make money because they know how it works, so they still make money. But actually, most of the time, they don't make money. I don't know. What was I going to say with this? Actually,
Oh, coupon sites are on the downtrend is what you're going with, and inflection
ah,
only takes on clients that wants content.
But okay, so that's a really good one, man. But no, what I was gonna say is that all our programs are growing, even though, and I'm talking about double digit, triple digit growth year on year, every single month, without using coupon sites. So we're
Great.
doing that with quality affiliates, man.
That's why I invite you to this, 2 peas in a pod there and the way we think. Alright, Ish, how do we connect with you?
LinkedIn, the main source to go, or the website, thataffiliateguy.com. Feel free to check it out. Otherwise, LinkedIn, that affiliate guy, obviously. That's it.
Alright. Go find him. Hey, such a pleasure hanging out and talking to you. Thanks for nerding out with me, and we'll see you at that next conference, buddy.
Yeah, man. Likewise, thanks again for the invite, and talk to you later, man.
All right. All right, folks, keep on recruiting, and we'll see you on the other side. Later.